So working this year with Open Road Group, we've been privileged to bring an amazing array of vehicles, including this Rolls-Royce Spectra. And yeah, special thanks to our friends at Open Road Group for supporting us this year. But as you can see, this absolute stunning car, stunning backdrop, really is a pinnacle of what this show is about, showing that electric is not only about the low end, but also the high end opportunities within our market. But yeah, if you want to follow through into the main hall. So again, the continuation of that electric launch pad, and as you can see, we've got every car from the Audi e-tron to the BMW i4, and then obviously a huge array of other vehicles available, what is available now in this market in British Columbia. Outside of that, obviously you can see, we're in the beautiful ballroom within VCC. To your right-hand side, you'll be able to see Ask an Energy Expert. So partnering with BC Hydro to be delivering content sessions throughout the week, but enabling people to come and ask questions about how they can start their energy journey, or even go to that next step as part of their energy, whether it's solar panels, heat pumps, or even just talking about mobile mobility in terms of connecting with bikes. Perfect. So we're here at Unico, and I'm just going to introduce Glenn, and Glenn's going to talk to you about some of the latest communications that are happening at Unico.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Unico Power is a Western Canadian company. We started in 2017, and we sort of took the approach that electric vehicles were at the time the future, but by today would be the now. We think that's the case. And the issue really wasn't the cars, but so much the electricity and the power to charge those cars. So this company focused on power management, and EVs are just one of many things that will be electric in the future, including heating and hot water and solar and batteries, all these things. So we developed a product that really manages power in a building, make sure that we can automatically allocate the power to the things that need it, and power everything without having to add a lot of supply. So we've done 140 multi-unit buildings, and none of those needed any electrical upgrades as far as capacity. So there's enough power to power all the vehicles, and it's going to power other things in the future. We now took that same technology, and we just launched our Listo Home product. It's a home energy management system that does the same thing for your home. It certainly today will manage the charging of your car. It'll allow you to do things like time of use, make sure that if you want to charge just with solar, you can. But it also has the ability to integrate with other things in the home. So if you want to add a heat pump in the future, if you want to take your hot water that might be natural gas today, make that electric. If you want to take your heating and make that electric, this device will control all those things automatically. The homeowner doesn't have to make a decision, doesn't have to choose between, do I charge my car or cool my home or heat my water? It's going to automatically do that. And as I say, we're launching this product today. The product doesn't require any changes to the electricity panel. So if you have an undersized panel, a 100 amp panel, you can still get a large level 2. This is a 48 amp charger. Typically you wouldn't be able to do that. It doesn't require any changes to the home electrical. It plugs in and runs off your home Wi-Fi. It communicates with the devices and automatically controls them. It doesn't turn them off, it turns them down. So if there's a peak demand, it's going to turn it down. This will also work with the utilities. So BC Hydro is implementing some programs today to say at certain times we need to reduce the load on the grid. this can talk to BC Hydro and say, okay, even though we're not exceeding your home capacity, maybe your neighborhood needs you to turn it down a bit. And so that'll turn that down as well. It comes with the charger, controller, connects to your home Wi-Fi, as I said. And it's really built for the future, not just EVs, but everything electric.
How much does it cost?
So this with this charger here is $1,495 Canadian, and comes with, like I say, comes as a kit, so you don't have to worry about buying different pieces. Comes with the charger, the controller, the Wi-Fi adapter, and the works. Any other questions on that? I know you
Perfect.
guys are on a schedule here, so.
Perfect, Glenn. I think it's going to a true value proposition for the market. Brilliant. Right, so we'll continue on down this way. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not just all about cars and home energy. We've also got some electric jet skis, which have been bought by Taiga. Again, electric outboard motors, pedal watts and axle power. Yeah, good, good.
So should I, like, we're thinking of getting into like some robotics class. Yeah, to the right. Yeah, on the inside.
So you can see in the ballroom obviously a huge amount of opportunities to really understand what is going on within the home energy market. But outside of that, obviously we've got dual motorcycles being exhibited here today as well. So again, just showing that multimodal approach of what is available in the market, and also working with schools of transition and BCIT. So this is, for us is so important to work with the different institutions as well, really to show what is available in the market, but also how we're teaching the next generation. And how we can support that energy transition, working with the likes of BCIT, Vancouver Community College, and you'll see some fantastic things downstairs when we get to them, with solar race cars, and that's actually going to be looked after this week by all the students as well, which is fantastic to see from our side. Okay, so next stop on the tour, I'm going to introduce you to Ali from Envo, and he's going to talk a little bit about what the latest developments are happening on Envo. So really looking forward to that. So my colleague's going to bring over a microphone.
Hello everyone, good morning. What you see on this floor, my name is Ali Kazanfani, I'm the founder CEO of Envo Drive Systems. We are a company in micro-mobility space in Vancouver. The products you see on the floor are not special products. They're not, you may have seen golf carts or ATVs or different type of these vehicles elsewhere, but the thing that is special about these products is the way they're made. You're not looking into different products. They have just one name. We call them UPT, Utility Personal Transporter. It's just one vehicle. Just look deeper into the way they are built. Same frame, same motor, same battery, same modular components are building variety of vehicles, electric mobility in electric mobility space that are trying to address niches and ignored use cases in micromobility in a very quick, like agile, cost efficient, and effective way. Adam, can you play this video to just have a quick briefing of what this concept is?
Taste.
Design and functionality crafted for real-world versatility.
The UPT is unique in its modular design and its versatility. Its compact folding form makes it easy to store anywhere and transport inside of most SUVs. We've also pushed the design language beyond the conventions of traditional gas-powered vehicles. Without an engine in the way, we have the freedom to reinvent vehicle styling. We're utilizing extruded forms and consumer electronic styling, not just for its modularity, but also to create something for the future that you haven't seen before.
The vision behind the UPT is one of transformation. It's designed to meet today's needs while paving the way for a sustainable future.
The UPT represents a leap forward in our journey, a tool designed not only to meet today's demands, but forge a new path in sustainability and efficiency. With its adaptable framework, the UPT is poised to redefine urban planning, emergency responses, and leisure, ensuring that our technology makes meaningful difference in people's lives and the environment.
Join us as we revolutionize mobility. The UPT is ready to lead the way.
The ultimate multitasker is the sustainable and modular alternative that does it all. Just like the smartphone in your pocket, the UPT aims to be the only thing you need in your garage. Once you see it in action, you'll witness the revolution set to unfold in micromobility.
So I hope you can see this in action today. The thing is that micromobility space is talking about niches. It's all about niche products. You can't have a single micromobility or a small vehicle that does everything that a car or a big truck does. So making micromobility, developing a micromobility product requires to focus on a specific requirement for that specific use case. And that is when that is something that makes it challenging to develop products and sustainable businesses in micromobility spaces. And that is the reason that a ton of use cases out there are still not covered or addressed by micromobility, and people are still using big vehicles, single passenger cars or trucks for that purpose. What we are trying to address here is offering a Lego style solution for different niche use cases to build the vehicle, a specific vehicle for that like specific niche use case quickly and agilely and in a reasonable price. And this is trying to make an ecosystem for businesses like us to be able to provide low quantity niche products but in an affordable price.
We began this project just a few years ago, and we talked a lot about, there are dozens, probably hundreds of different use cases we discussed for what we can do with these. The question now, I think, is figuring out what makes the most sense for customers and businesses. What are people looking for? We've shown 5 examples here, but we have many more that we've thought about. We're interested to hear what other people's ideas are for this platform, because it really is meant to be a platform that can adapt to whatever you want to do with it.
Perfect.
Let's talk about the agenda for today.
Sure. So today we're around 11 a.m. There's a fireside chat just here at the Giga stage. After that presentation and chat, you're welcome to come back over here. We're going to have the public unveiling of these products. There'll be some more discussion and Q&A time. And then at 2 p.m., just around on the other side of this wall, there's room 101. We're going to have another sort of longer presentation and time to answer questions, go into the technical details and everything. So please. Sorry? Oh, sorry. I'm Adam. I'm the product designer on this project. Yeah. None. Adam, none. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Adam. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we're now just going to go and over to see Ohm, and Ohm are celebrating 20 years in the electric bike industry, and they're launching their new bike this week at the show.
Hey folks, just around the corner here.
Okay. So I'm just going to introduce Michael from Ohm, who can tell you about his new launch.
Okay, great. Good morning, everybody. I'm Michael DeVisser. I'm the founder of Ohm Electric Bikes, and we are one of the first electric bike companies in Canada. We were founded in 2005, and this product we're launching next year is our 20th anniversary model, and I can speak a little bit about our new bikes that we have coming out. Our company is focused on commuter bikes and recreational bikes, and with a purpose-built focus and bikes that are built to last. So for next year, this is a totally ground-up frame design designed around the Shimano step system, and it's featuring auto shifting technology, so you can focus more on the ride. It also makes the drivetrain last longer, so you won't need to service it as often. It also features a modular battery system, so you can choose between 530 watt hours or 708 watt hours, and it's also booster pack compatible, so you can add on a 200 watt hour booster pack to extend the range up to 900 watt hours. And also features our cargo system. So this is a connectable with different types of cargo attachments, including baskets or cargo crates, which allow you to easily carry extra cargo, and makes it convenient for going and shopping around the city. And yeah, and then just looking at the frame design, so we design our bikes to be very sturdy and very capable, especially at high speed. So in different markets, we sell the bikes across North America. North America, they have different speed categories, and so being able to design the frame in a way that makes the bike feel stable at higher speeds. And we're hoping that the Canadian market will adopt some of those different categories in the near future. We're partnering with many different partners from around the world, using lights from German supplier Supernova, and just looking at parts that are designed to last and that, most importantly, have serviceability. So one of the reasons we use the Shimano system is that it has global service. So we're looking at how the consumer can use their bike for a minimum of 10 years versus maybe some other bikes that are designed only to last a couple of years and then end up going into the landfill.
Perfect. That sounds absolutely fantastic, and obviously congratulations on 20 years, and looking forward to this coming out next year.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant, thank you. Right, everyone, if you want to spin 180, we're going to head back downstairs and continue the press tour.
Read that this started at 9 for media tour. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I've got lots of time. I can saunter. 40 minutes after. Like I'm still working for myself, but I had clients starting down.
Yes, we are. We're just going to hold people here, I think. I know we're all
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yep, okay. We're going to follow me downstairs. Obviously, one of the longest escalators I've been on in Canada. Right, okay, let's continue our tour. Okay, so welcome to the exhibition hall of Everything Electric Canada. Obviously, as you can see, we've got an amazing array of vehicles which we're going to be able to test drive and see over the next 3 days. So amazingly, we've got over 60 vehicles that are going to be available to be test drive over the next 3 days from manufacturers like VinFast, Polestar, Kia, Hyundai, Rivian. We have got an absolute immense amount of vehicles that are available that we can test drive over the next 3 days. Yeah. If you want to follow me through. And you can see from this amazing backdrop, obviously our test drive experience is partnered and sponsored with BC Hydro. And this is where everyone will come and do their test drives over the next 3 days. This is actually Canada's largest test drive of EV product ever run. And to date, this is hopefully going to be our largest product we've ever run globally as an event as well. So if I can give you one recommendation this weekend, is pretty much straight after this media tour finishes, is go over to the OEMs, get over to those brands and jump in a car and do a test drive. Right, if you want to follow me.
Setup. Yeah, that's always the fun part.
Yeah, there's an electric plane over there. Well, Chase has his own TikTok. We just started hard, more selection. It's Vancouver. We really have that market. I think
Instead of 60 vehicles, thousands of test drives. We believe it'll be the biggest one.
So if you just like to make your way into maybe you'd like to fill in around the back, please.
everybody from Medicine Boulder's got it.
Right, so just before we obviously hand over to Chris and the Minister, so just remind you, obviously, if you do want to book in for a test drive, please proceed with the OEM brands and jump in one of those cars that you've made an EV test drive experience centre. Over 60 cars available this week. Largest in Canada. I'm loving my prompts today, so I'm going to hand over to Chris and the Minister. Thank you.
Great. Sure. No problem. Take your time. Good? Great. Well, I want to welcome everyone to the BC Hydro EV Test Drive experience here at the Everything Electric show on the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh. We're really proud to be providing the clean electricity for the 60 cars that you can test drive here over the weekend. Really excited to be showing you the whole range of EV chargers that we're offering as part of our EV charging network. And we've got a number of our employees upstairs who are providing advice and information and thought leadership on this important topic. So what a tremendous opportunity this is to just show the world what we can do with electric vehicles and electric products here. I want to introduce Minister Josie Osborne, the Minister of Energy, Mines and Low Carbon Innovation. And I'll turn the podium.
Great, thanks. Thank you so much, Chris, and good morning, everybody. It's amazing to be here and to join you on the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. I am Josie Osborne. I'm BC's Minister of Energy, Mines, and Low Carbon Innovation. Thank you for being here with us as we kick off Everything Electric Canada, and I just can't think of a better way to generate excitement at this conference than by sharing some very good news. Today, I am excited to announce a significant milestone in our government's efforts to power BC's future with clean, affordable electricity. British Columbians are in the front lines of climate change, from unprecedented wildfires, drought, flooding, and extreme temperatures. And they're seeing the impacts of the climate on their communities and on their economies. They're ready, though, to do their part and making the switch from fossil fuels to clean energy in record numbers, including electric vehicles. And that's why we've been focused on building out the infrastructure that's needed to make clean energy options more accessible and reliable. So I'm thrilled to be able to announce today that we are completing BC's electric highway. BC already has one of the largest public EV charging networks in Canada, with over 3,500 stations across the province. But soon, British Columbians will be able to drive throughout the entire province in an electric vehicle. BC's Electric Highway is a comprehensive network of public EV fast charging stations along all highways and major roadways in BC, and located no more than 150 kilometers apart. All charging stations along the Electric Highway will be energized, in service, and open to the public before the end of September. It's been years in the making, and the completion of BC's Electric Highway fulfills a key commitment in Clean BC, our government's climate action plan. We know that range anxiety remains a concern for many potential EV drivers, and that's why it's critical that we've achieved a broad geographic network, this kind of coverage across the province. Because no matter where you are in BC, you want to be able to travel confidently in an electric vehicle, knowing that reliable charging infrastructure is within reach. It really is a historic milestone in connecting our province. But today's announcement is about more than just travel within BC. The completion of BC's Electric Highway means that EV drivers can now go from Alaska, all through British Columbia, all along the West Coast, down to California and back. I want to say a big, sincere thank you to everybody who's contributed to completing BC's Electric Highway. It really has been a collaborative effort. It involves utilities, local governments, First Nations, our colleagues in the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure, and in the private sector too. But we know that we have more work to do, because British Columbians are continuing to switch to EVs faster than we ever thought possible. Last year, more than 1 in 4 cars was sold in BC was an EV. And that's why we need to continue building out BC's public charging infrastructure and ensure that we meet our target of 10,000 public charging stations by 2030. Unfortunately, there are some who want to undo all the progress that we've made. And it's no secret that John Rustad doesn't believe in climate change, and that the Conservatives want to rip up our clean energy plan. But the impacts of climate change are all around us, and delay is not an option. Not if we're going to protect people and communities from even worse climate disasters. British Columbians know that we need to pollute less, and we need to use cleaner, more affordable sources of energy, including in how we get around. We need to continue moving forward and make sure that BC's future is powered with clean energy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Minister. We are in British Columbia striving to reduce our carbon footprint, and that is reflected, as the Minister said, in the increasing number of car choices that people are making to choose electric vehicles over gas-powered vehicles. We have among the highest adoption rate here in British Columbia. We have 170,000 electric vehicles on the road in this province, well on the way to our forecast of between 700,000 and 900,000 through the end of the decade. There's been a huge demand for take-up, as the Minister said. We're just really pleased to support the choices our customers are making. We're excited that drivers can now take their EVs on the road in British Columbia and access safe, clean electricity reliably and charging all across the province on our highways. We recognize the importance of the electric highway in supporting people's choices, and we think it will encourage continued adoption of electric vehicles. 111 of the 155 stations that form the electric highway are from BC Hydro's fast charging network, so 70%. We want to thank provincial government for their support, Natural Resources Canada, and the various site hosts that are making space available for us to install this critical infrastructure. We're really excited about the future and the next chapter of public charging with these brand new 400 kilowatt chargers, the fastest chargers in BC, capable of charging EVs twice as fast as the fastest chargers on our network today. A charger like this can provide up to 100 kilometers of driving to an average EV in about 2 to 3 minutes. So just a remarkable development in the technology. So we don't have a specific number. This is actually the first one in Canada, and through our relationship with ABB, we've we've got one of the first here in this province, and we'll be testing it out. But we'll be adding them to our network as they roll out. So today's announcement is just part of our ongoing commitment to support the adoption of electric vehicles in this province, and as an important measure in the fight against climate change. So thank you so much for being with us today, and I hope you enjoy what we have to offer here. So thanks so much.
We have a moment or two here for any questions from the media. Does anyone have a question? I'll bring the microphone over to you. One question, one follow-up, just identify yourself.
Julie Landry, Radio-Canada, CBC, Mr. Osborne. There's a report from Clean Energy Canada that was launched yesterday saying that Canada is the back of the pack when you look at buses and trucks electrified. Like 2% of new trucks sold in 2023, and globally it's 9%. So what is the province doing to help putting more buses and big trucks electrified?
Thank you. Well, helping to have all sectors of the transportation sector, all subsectors, be able to electrify and reduce emissions is a key part of our Clean BC plan. We're really proud of the supports we're providing for light-duty vehicles, and the Zero Emission Vehicle Act, of course, sets sales targets for those. But it's a commitment that our government has made to work with the medium and heavy-duty sector as well. We do provide support for those switches and for fleet conversion, and we'll continue to do that because we know it's a really important part of decarbonizing the transportation sector.
Maybe a weird question. There's a perception, maybe more of the political right wing, and it's in like social media, that if you're a real man, you don't buy electric. So what do you do to change that perception?
Well, I guess I have an electric, so I have to run counter to that. I think the products are so great. I think what we want to encourage people to do is try them and just experience just a tremendous driving experience you get from an electric vehicle. And I think that's an unfortunate characterization, but not really consistent with the experience of people who you see driving around all the time. Around the province, not just here in the urban locations.
I've just got to add, if you're a real man, then you know that the way you drive can be part of contributing to reducing pollution and making the right choices for our environment. And there's a lot of great men and women out there who have chosen to drive some of the really exciting products and models that are out there, like the Ford F-150 Lightning, which I've met a lot of men and women who drive that vehicle, and they really enjoy it. But it's really important that everybody does what they can to make that step. And when people drive an electric vehicle for the first time, they realize just how comfortable, how smooth it is. And when you look at the life cycle cost of owning one of those vehicles, how much money you're saving, you know that you're reducing your impact on the environment. It's a good choice. It feels good no matter who you are.
Over here.
Hi, Bob Mackin with the Breaker.News, the Provincial Minister and CEO. Cornerstone of BC Hydro's long-term strategy for the company, for the environment BC is Site C. So here's a simple question for you. What is the current cost estimate for Site C?
The current cost estimate for Site C has not changed from what it has been since at least the time I've been in government. I don't know if you want to ask Anna anything for that.
Yeah, the cost estimate for Site C, the budget is $16 billion, and we're on track to deliver the project for that amount. We're almost finished. Started filling the reservoir about 10 days ago, so we are coming to the end, and I'm expecting to finish on budget.
I'm curious about that because that's February 2021 release number, based on a report that was given by Peter Milburn in October 2020. And since then, we've had endless headlines about cost escalation on major mega projects, transit, bridges, others that have gone 25, 30, 40% over budget because of cost inflation regarding labor, materials. I'm hearing from my sources that Site C is actually closer to $20 billion at least.
Yeah, absolutely not. So Site C will be finished on budget. The budget's $16 billion, and we're on track to doing that. So that budget was well established, as the minister said, supported by the work of Peter Milburn and others, and we are on track to finish the project as we've said.
We have time for one more question. Sorry, I'll take Andrew McCready.
Hi, Andrew McCready, Post Media News. Of the 111 chargers of the BC Hydro chargers, what is the range in the kilowatt Is it all 170s or 180s, or what's the range?
Yeah, so we have currently 111 sites and 280 ports. So we're moving to multiple ports on an individual site, and there is a whole range. I mean, if you've been following along the technology, fast charger used to include 25 kilowatts. So we've still got some of those. We've got lots of 50s and 100s. We're expecting to be installing a number of 350 kilowatt chargers this year, and you can see the 400. So there's been an evolution with the technology and tremendous investment from the companies. ABB has been a great partner for us, and getting more and more power into the cars quickly is a key to electric vehicle adoption. It allows more utilization from the chargers. So we're continuing to invest in the network and getting the sizing up and increasing the number of chargers ports available at individual sites. So it's an evolution, but we're making really good progress. The plan this year is to double that number of 280 to about 550. So, and we're on track with that. We've got the sites and we've got the contracts in place to make that happen. So really exciting progress.
Okay,
I think we're good.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Media will just follow Carlo this way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Great.
I'm in Connecticut. I passed through state for New York and Boston. And,
Yeah, I know. Well, she had a much better answer to that.
Side, obviously working with the university teams. And you can see one of the UBC solar racing teams to our right hand side. Again, a lot of the team are going to be here over the weekend and today supporting that, and obviously similarly with UBC electric race cars.
extremely fragile.
But again, a phenomenal team that's coming out of our universities here in BC. And then again, another sort of conversation we were talking there about obviously heavy duty vehicles and conversions obviously into electric. We can see obviously from here you've got C-SPAN who have used an electric bus to ferry their staff around. Peterbilt and Edison on the commercial vehicle, so feel free to stop past and see these guys during the show. And again, the show's not just about all new, but it's also about what we can do with our cars as well. So again, you can see here, whether it's wrapping your vehicles, modifying your vehicles, there's a huge opportunity within this market that is not just exclusive for anything that is just naturally aspirated. We can do it with electric too. While we've got some time, while we just wait for a few of the directors to catch up, you can see over to our left-hand side here, Edison Motors. Phenomenal opportunity to see what they've done. This is their second year with us, so back again for 2024. It was met with rave reviews last year, and it's great to see the team back again this year. And probably has the best air horn I've heard. I heard it yesterday during our build-up, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm pretty sure it came off a train or something like that. There we go.
It's an actual train horn.
A train horn on it, you know. So you will get out of its way, you know, purely because you won't hear it coming. Yeah. And we actually do have our episode is now live on our YouTube channel with the latest one that we've just filmed in Canada as well. Okay, right. Let's continue on. Sorry. truly multimodal event, and as you can see to your left is an electric aeroplane as well. So really trying to show what the diversification of everything electric really is in the market. And again, to your left-hand side, obviously GMC, GM being represented, as well as Chevrolet and Cadillac. So a huge amount of the GM family being represented in the show. First time everything electric here in 2024, so it's great to have the GM family on board with us this year. My personal favourite is the Hummer, but obviously the Cadillac Lyric with this amazing range. I'm sure you would have seen one of their adverts on TV, 575 kilometres is what it's averaging out at, so an amazing product here from GM. Don't forget you can test drive all of these vehicles as well, and there is a beautiful looking orange Hummer available for test drive, my personal favourite of the show.
I can see you in orange Hummer colour. Come around guys, come around and join us at the Polestar stand.
No rear window. Camera on. There we go.
On this way, guys. We're going to be over here between those two cars.
They're going to be both this one, and they're going to be in the middle here. So however you want to position yourself. Denver, are we good? Thank you.
Good morning all, my name is Jack Scarlett, I'm an automotive journalist and one of the presenters for the Fully Charged show. I'm going to see you through the last few stands of the tour, and we're going to begin with Polestar. Now I own and drive a Polestar, I'm a fan of the brand and drive cars for a living, and these guys have brought two things that I've never seen before with my own eyes. So we have Adam McLeod here, who's the regional operations manager. This is the Polestar Concept BST. Adam, tell us about this mad vehicle.
Thanks, Jack. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are thrilled to be here at Everything Electric for the second year in a row. Of course, we're showcasing a lot of things this weekend. Polestar 2, Polestar 3, Polestar 4, and of course this thing standing right next to the side of me, the Polestar Concept BST. It's our latest concept car. This is a design concept which symbolizes what we can accomplish with our BST moniker. Now, if you don't know, BST is Polestar's sport performance sub-brand. BST vehicles have more extreme performance, aerodynamics, and design. BST is where we really turn the volume up to 11. This concept is based on the electric Roadster, which will eventually become the Polestar 6, a real production car. But right now, this is just a concept. So let's dig in. We started the front with a really wide hood and this very unique vented hood. A racing-inspired splitter down at the bottom. 22-inch forged alloy wheels with Pirelli Elect tires. The car, as you can see, is finished in this motorsport-inspired silver, intentionally augmented with this white BST livery on the side, running all the way from the front to the back. It's a very classic racing-inspired logo. Polestar Concept BST is made with an aluminum unibody, designed and engineered by our UK R&D team. This is the same unibody design that you're going to find eventually in Polestar 5 and Polestar 6. What really stands out back here are these flared arrow arches, a much beefier, wider stance, much wider than the original electric Roadster concept. And of course, I definitely encourage you all to come up and take a look at this at some point this weekend, but you cannot miss this wing. It's a true, bold, motorsport-inspired aero wing with active dampers. Paired with an aggressive diffuser back here, this is truly inspired by sport driving. When you have a few moments, I encourage you to come around back and also take a look at our new take on our Polestar body-colored star logo. We've pulled it out of the car and given it this really cool futuristic look. Of course, the interior, can't forget about that. It is a 2+2, accented by Swedish gold touches. We've got these racing-inspired harnesses, and those Swedish gold touches are typically reserved for our performance vehicles. Of course, this is one of them. Lastly, the touchscreen operated Android Automotive operating system, a very similar concept that you're going to see in all of our production vehicles. So here at Everything Electric, we encourage everybody to come up and take a look at Polestar Concept BST. And while you can't drive this car, we definitely do encourage you to test drive Polestar 3 and the brand new 2025 Polestar 2. Jack?
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you for that. One thing I will say on behalf of Polestar, they have a lovely habit of actually building all their concept cars, or at least promising to. So I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth, but I'm very much crossing my fingers that we may see something like this on the road in a few years' time. We're going to go over here now. We're going to move on to Hugues Bissonnette, who is the head of Polestar here in Canada. Good morning. Just finishing up on the BST. I don't know how common this knowledge is, but once upon a time, Polestar was Volvo's motorsport division. It was just a couple of Swedish engineers turning Volvos into racing cars. Is this proof that motorsport and performance are still very much central to Polestar?
Absolutely, Jack. We're very committed to the future with the BST moniker as well. It's actually present in our Polestar 2. We have two BST models that we built in limited quantities, the 230 and the 270, which are in the Canadian market today.
Okay, and then we have the car of the moment here. This is the new Polestar 3. We've been waiting a very long time for this thing, and it's finally here. It is pretty much here now, isn't it? Are we mere days away from this car arriving onto the Canadian market now?
Yes, we're really excited about Polestar 3. We actually started production at our South Carolina Charleston production plant, and we're about to deliver those cars to first Canadian customers in just a few weeks. So this really reinforces our commitment to the Canadian market.
And this is a car very much suited to the Canadian market, it's fair to say as well. Do you think that the 3 is going to be especially significant in Polestar's campaign here in North America?
It will be. We're an SUV market. We have to admit that this is going to take a very important presence in our future growth development. Again, I mentioned it, we are committed to stay in the Canadian market. This is a reinforcement to our retailers, to our customers, and obviously there are more new products down the road as well.
It's a fabulous machine. We've got the 4 over here, which we don't even have time to speak about, but do come back during the day, have a chat with these guys. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. We're going to head down to VinFast next, who are just next door. We'll continue in just a moment. We're just waiting for some stragglers. Yes. Right, we will continue. We are here on the VinFast stand. I'm joined by Charles Chamberlain, who is a senior manager here for North America. Charles, I feel like every time I blink and then look at VinFast again, a lot has happened. So just give us a breakdown of what we have on the stand here today. And I suppose the star of the show is the VF9, which people will be able to drive here for the first time in Canada.
Yes, exactly. We're part of Vin Group, 41,000 employees across the world. We are now in North America, Canada, US, Europe. Say hi to France, Netherlands, and also Germany. And the VF9, which is coming up soon, 7 passenger. You're gonna have dual motors that with the Plus can give you 402 horsepower. Design, again, Pininfarina that you know behind Maserati, Ferrari. We're very proud of our partners, and that's how VinFast is moving so fast. Like the name is, we are surrounded by great people. We want to make EV accessible for everybody.
Absolutely, and I think this looks like being one of the more affordable propositions in that 7-seater segment, of which there are not actually that many electric cars yet. So this car can't come too soon, can it?
Yes, you look at the Eco, 74,890 Canadian, of course, 78,890 for the Plus. And with the Plus, you have the captain seats, who are in the middle, ventilated. You have massage, no joke, even in front. So maximum comfort, 7 passenger. And the warranty is something people talk a lot about VinFast. We are new. We are passionate, coming out from Vietnam with the Bay of Haiphong, our factory, state of the art. By the way, a question they asked me, how are they made? 1,200 baby robots produce those at 95% digitally. When I went there, I was blown away, so it's quite amazing. Warranty, we stand by what we do. We may be new, but we have a solid warranty. 10 years, everything covered, 200 kilometers. And the battery, we listen to the people, they said, hey, I want my battery to be covered. If you go under 70%, under 10 years, unlimited mileage, we'll replace your battery pack. So that's our solid warranty.
That's confidence in the product. And when you're a new brand, these are the things you have to do to assure that the customer is going to put their trust in you. Shall we just do a very quick word on the VF3 here as well, looking wonderful in what I would call British racing green, but maybe that's not how they intended.
Yeah, this is the VF7, just to go forward with that, no problem. The VF3, by the way, is already out in Vietnam. There's a big buzz. In 9 months, like VinFast, it's already produced, and that little peanut there is rolling in Vietnam. For the VF7, we again went to Italia. They know their design. Torino, we salute them. The design is stunning. With the Eco, you can have front-wheel drive, and with the Plus, dual motors, again, all-wheel drive. Range has to be confirmed, will be around 425 to be confirmed. Pricing has not been released, to be confirmed, but this beautiful VF7 coming our way in 2025.
Thank you so much for your time, Charles. Really appreciate that. If this is your first time hearing about VinFast, it won't be the last time, I can assure you. We're going to go down to Hyundai next.
Folks, just down here. Yeah. Did the voice of the convention center. Please proceed to Hyundai. Please proceed directly to your left to Hyundai. Jim Vaughn, are you coming? we good?
Beautiful. Right, welcome to Hyundai. I'm joined here by Stephen Burke, who is a senior product planner here in Canada. In my opinion, there are few, if no, brands that have seized the opportunity of electrification quite like Hyundai among the legacy car brands and used it as an opportunity instead of seeing it as this kind of inconvenience. And that's evidenced by this array of cars we have here on the stand today, EV and hybrid. So, I mean, Stephen, where do you want to begin? Which car would you like to start with? We've got too much to talk about.
A lot to talk about today. Yeah, we're here today to provide a business update first and foremost, both nationally and for British Columbia specifically. We are going to be talking about why an event like this is so important for us and why we're excited to be here. Quick run through for all of our electric models here, fully electric models. And then lastly, we have some exciting news with our 2025 model year Ioniq 5.
Beautiful. So we've got lots to do. Let's begin at the beginning there. Why don't you give us a little sense of Hyundai's year to date, and then a little bit of a sense of the bigger picture of just how important electrification has been for Hyundai in recent years.
Of course, yeah. So 2024 has been quite successful for us. As of the end of July of this year, Hyundai Canada has sold just about 77,000 vehicles. 17% of those are fully electric models. In our brief history in Canada with electrification, we've sold just about 53,000 fully electric vehicles, and 20% of those have come to the British Columbia market. So that just shows how important this market is for us.
And then we have you at many of our events around the world, but this one is especially exciting, potentially the biggest array of electric cars to test drive that we've ever seen in Canada. Why are events like this important to Hyundai?
Yeah, everything electric fits right into our brand identity. We're fully committed to electrification, which to us is defined both by electric vehicles and hybrids. And it also allows us to display and connect and educate a passionate consumer base about our fully electric models, from the Kona Electric, the Ioniq 5, Ioniq 5N, and Ioniq 6.
Ioniq 5N back there, I'm sure you're familiar with already, but one of the most remarkable electric cars I have ever driven. It does things that I don't completely understand, to be honest with you, in terms of the magical imaginary gearbox, etc. But actually, this might be the most exciting car on the stand, because some of you may have spotted, this is in fact the newly facelifted model 2025 year Ioniq 5. What can you tell us about this car?
Yeah, so thank you all for joining me today. We do have to be brief, but we have some really exciting things to share about the 2025 model year Ioniq 5. Can't share every detail with the time we have, but we wanted to cover some of the few exciting things. So firstly, increased battery capacity. We have increased the battery size by just about 8.5%. And with that, we are targeting 500 kilometers on select long-range trims. We're also introducing for the first time NACS charging port and support through the 2025 model year Ioniq 5. And then lastly, we're excited about an introduction for our XRT trim for the Ioniq 5. So just some quick product enhancements. We are expanding the trim walk. So we are reintroducing our standard range battery. We're hoping this increases affordability of the vehicle and gets more drivers into the seat of this exciting vehicle. In the topic of trim expansion, like I said, we are very excited to introduce an XRT variant. This comes from a lot of passion that we've seen. Customers love the XRT Santa Fe or on our other model lines. So we're very excited about the Ioniq 5 XRT. With the trim expansion, we have also kept our top of the line, our top trim that our customers have grown to love. So that represents our full suite of technology and luxury content. And we've also, on that line, been able to integrate our CCNC platform, which means we have the capability now of a few digital features that we didn't have before. So wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, digital key, and now over-the-air updates. So as I mentioned, we are introducing the NACS support on the 2025 model year Ioniq 5. This will be featured on the XRT trim, which we are expecting in first quarter 2025. So this gives our drivers access to a wider charging infrastructure. It adds just about 17,000 Tesla superchargers to the network, which is about double what they had access to previously. For the trims that retain the CCS charging port, we are offering adapters. So these customers will still have access to that Tesla supercharging network. We're very excited about that. And just a last note, I don't know if anybody here noticed the previous pictures on the slides or on this vehicle here, but we did want to show that we do listen to our customers. The 2025 model year Ioniq 5, similar to the Ioniq 5N, does feature a rear wiper. Sorry it took so long, but we're happy to say we have it now. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Hope you enjoy our booth and have a great day.
Thank you so much, mate. That's wonderful. Who doesn't love a rear wiper? Come on. These are the exciting breaking news stories that we're giving you here at the show. Thank you so much, mate. That was excellent. We're going to move on to Rivian and conclude the tour there now, guys.
Can I peek at the rear wiper quick? Can I peek at the rear wiper? Yeah. Can you open the next port or not yet? Are you opening? Okay.
This one has the CCS.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Thank you very much.